One of Donald Trump's supporters hearing the Second Amendment remarks firsthand is Darrell Vickers, who was sitting right behind Trump, and he joins me now on Skype. He is the famous man in the red shirt, and there he is. Thank you so much for staying up late to talk to us. I want to play the comments and your reaction, and then we'll talk.
Hillary wants to essentially abolish the Second Amendment. By the way, and if she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, that will be a horrible day.
So you turn to the person sitting next to you, Mr. Vickers, and your jaw dropped. What were you thinking at that moment?
Exactly what I told her. I said, I can't believe he said that. The news media is going to have a heyday out of this one. It was quite a jaw dropper.
What did you think he meant at that moment?
He was trying to make a bad joke, and everybody around me laughed, some of them nervously, but everyone realized with Donald Trump's personality that when he has an opportunity, he pursues the joke that will perhaps get him another laugh.
You told my colleague this morning, Brooke Baldwin, this afternoon, that you wanted to take him out to the woodshed after that comment?
Oh, yeah, that's what we do here in the South, you know. I think a lot of us would like to get a hold of some of the news media and do the same thing. But in the South, you know, we don't curse in front of ladies, and we don't drink in front of the preacher, and we don't tell those kinds of jokes in public. Might do it privately, but Mr. Trump needed to be taken to the woodshed and have a few things explained to him, and told not to make those kind of jokes, because in this day and age, people construe them, and it's just not a good idea.
As a Louisiana boy, I've been taken out to the woodshed by my parents.
Oh, around here we use a hickory laugh.
Yeah, well, yeah. I used to have to go get my own switch, but that's neither here nor there. But what would you have told him in that woodshed if you had a conversation with him one-on-one?
We don't need to say things like that. You see, the problem is that he's got a very strong message. The Republican platform is excellent. It's a superior platform, quite capable of correcting the problems here in the United States. And if he would just stay on script, he'd be fine. When he gets off script and gets a laugh and the crowd encourages him, then he goes a little bit further. But he should not do that. Stick to the script. The message that we have to give to the American people is a very strong message, and we ought to stick to it.
Hey, I want to ask you, because there's been controversy about who's sitting behind the candidate. Were you vetted to sit directly behind Donald Trump?
No. There were a bunch of people who received VIP passes to sit in the back row, and there were probably 2,000 or 3,000 people there. I learned something from a friend of mine, George Brees, and he always told me to find the news media, find out where their cameras are, and see where the speaker's podium is, and sit in back of that. Well, I didn't want to do that, but my friend Connie was setting up, and she says, I don't want to sit up here by myself. So she invited me up, and I sat down there. And all during the speech, I looked up at the, what do you call those, the big screen TV up in the center of the auditorium, and I could never see my picture. So I wasn't aware that I was going to get the kind of attention that I did.
Well, I have to tell you, Darrell Vickers, thank you, and I really enjoyed having you on, and you were so candid. Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
All right. So let's just bring in the panel now. Kayleigh McEnany.